welcome back to my channel. Now I will admit I have had some technical difficulties with this video. I recorded a video Saturday morning. I decided to delete it because I just had to keep stopping it to get things, and I thought no, I'll just get rid of it. I redid it Saturday afternoon, and then I had all this footage. I whittled it down to 1 hour's worth of video, and then I just couldn't save it on my phone. My phone was saying I hadn't got enough memory, and I deleted so much off my phone. I'd even recorded some overlocker tutorials for you, which I hadn't told you about yet, but I've had to delete them all just to make space on my phone. But I still couldn't save this video, so I ended up just deleting it. I got a bit frustrated, and then Sunday I just didn't have the heart to do it again, and now it's Monday, so I'm going to try and do the video again and see if I can get this to you, but it's probably going to be a lot shorter because, you know, I'm hoping that I can basically get it online. It's a bit of a nightmare. Now you might be able to see something if you might have seen this on Instagram already. I wasn't or Facebook. I wasn't going to post it. I was going to wear it in my video, then post it, but I just thought, oh, I'll just end up posting it, and but I'll still come in wearing it when I do my next video. And it's the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top. I have made it before. I've made it, this is my third one now. There's all different variations, and I've made different variations of it before. You can have two different sleeve pieces, and the other piece, I've had the plain one this time, but you can have one that's got like a puff style, and you can have a long sleeve, and you can also have a ruche in here, and I think that's all the variations. But I've done all the variations, apart from I've never done this kind of sleeve before, the 3/4 sleeve, and I've normally raised the neck, but I've left the neck how it's supposed to be. Now I might have popped some pictures in anyway, but I'll stand up. This fabric is Miffy the rabbit fabric, so yes, a little bit childish for a woman of my age, I know, but I bought this fabric from John Lewis. I went in there pre-corona, I think it was, just wanting some stripy fabric with a little bit of stretch in it, and this is the only thing with a high cotton content as well, and this was the only one I could actually find. But I do actually love Miffy the rabbit, so I kind of thought, oh well, I know I'm a bit too old, but you know what, I'm gonna have it anyway. And I'll probably say, you know, it's something for Easter, and we are on the kind of right side of Easter, aren't we? So but one of the reasons I decided to make it now and not closer to Easter, because I had another idea for this fabric. So I wanted to get something for myself out of it, and then something else, but I must have bought quite a bit of it, so I did manage to get something else out of it, and I'll show you what it is. I got a little top for Alfie out of it. Now you've met him in my previous videos. I'm just going to take his neckerchief off. Now if you have a look at that, it basically, if you know the pattern, the Soho 7 toaster sweater version 2, it's basically a toaster sweater. It's got that same neck. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And I've tried to fussy cut like the little rabbits out. I made sure there was one central on each sleeve, and I had a lot of fun making him. Now what happened is, book 3 turned up, and there's a jersey top. That all the other patterns, they've been woven as far as I can remember, and it's the first jersey pattern in the books. And the only thing I found is when I cut the pieces out and I had to set the sleeve in, the sleeve was bigger than the actual opening. You do put it in on the flat and things, but I had to put gathering stitches in the sleeve to ease that in. It doesn't tell you to do that in the pattern, but it's just what I decided to do. And so that was in book 3. I think it's Reynard's. Is it Reynard? Hugo the dog's top it is. And Hugo the dog also has a neckerchief. Now I traced out the pattern piece for the neckerchief. This is also book 3. And I had two triangles of fabric, and the pattern piece was on the fold, and it wasn't going to fit my 2 triangles. So I kind of tried to figure out what size the bandana's supposed to be, and I just drew on the back of the fabric just with a pencil and I just stitched round it and left a gap, and I just thought it makes him look a little bit French, doesn't he? So if you're wondering about what I put on his legs, I had a look for my corduroy that I'd made my my first Chloe by tilling the buttons pinafore with, but unfortunately the scraps weren't big enough, so I took a pair of one of my boys' jeans. I can't remember which son's jeans, because I've got a whole one of these Calax things down here full of denim, so I don't know who it was. So what I did, I kept the original hem pieces on, and I kept the piece that was in the jeans, so I just put the pattern piece right at the bottom with the hem allowance hanging over the edge, so because I didn't need that. And I didn't use the jeans from the first book. I used the breeches, yeah, for Reynard. That's what I was thinking around. The breeches that Reynard the fox is wearing. They're basically a cropped style trouser with a pleat in the side, but I didn't end up putting the pleat in because it just didn't need it, and I've ended up just turning them up like that, and I just think he looks absolutely adorable. I'm really pleased with how his outfits come out. I would like to make him a jacket, either Reynard's jacket, the fox that I was showing you, or Hugo's jacket. I'll try and get the book. Hugo is the dog on here, so he's either his jacket or his jacket. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, I'm in no rush for that. I just really wanted him clothed, and that he is. So I did make something else. So if I've only finished this this morning actually. I made it basically, done all the sewing while my husband watched football yesterday, and I've just basically stuffed it and stitched up the hole today, so I'll just get it. So I made the settee. It probably does look a bit skewiff looking. It's not my sewing, I promise, but when you're trying to, you stuff like foam and things in it, and there's plastic and there's rolled up wadding and things, and it's not quite a squeeze getting all that in, but it does sit in there really nicely. And the settee is from book 1. I don't know if I showed it you last time. Let me just grab it. That's book 1, the Luna Lapin book, and that's the settee on there. And I'm really delighted at how it's come out. I've been itching to do this video because I'm in a Facebook group that's dedicated to these bunnies, and I just really would like to photograph them now and put them in the group, but I didn't want any spoilers. I like to show my YouTube viewers things first, you know, because you take the time to watch my videos, so that's how I like to do it ideally. So I hope you've really liked seeing Luna and Alfie and what I've been making, and that is going to continue. I've kind of thought, I made a promise myself I'm going to make regular things, but I have been a bit naughty now because I bought my mum a kit, like a few supplies from the designer for a birthday. I'm now getting emails from the designer, and a new designer's come out, and it's for an otter, a little girl otter, and I've actually ordered the kit. So some people might have made their otters already because I've seen them in the group because they've downloaded a PDF, but I've ordered it as a kit, so I'll get the supplies that I need to make the otter. But the designer has put a message in the Facebook group that the first 200 or whatever people that ordered it, it's not going to have a pattern for the nose, so I don't know if I'm one of the first 200 or whatever, but I'll just find out when it turns up. So yeah, so that's something to look forward to. So if I do make any of the pink tweed clothes that I mentioned with the leftover tweed from a jacket, maybe the girl otter could wear those, couldn't she? So yeah, so the little Luna Lapin and friends, it's going to continue, and I know that a lot of you have really enjoyed that, and especially as a lot of my viewers have ended up buying the book or buying a kit and things. So yeah, you might enjoy seeing a bit of Luna. I have bought something. Now I don't know if I've not been drinking from it. Actually, I was drinking from it in my Saturday afternoon video, but I've not got a drink because I thought I'm not going to let this video go on too long. But I've got an Emma Bridgewater craft mug, and it's really nice, and my name's on it, and I've managed to get a matching tin, so the mug is in the same design, and I just thought that's really, really lovely. And I got that from a place called Backstitch, and it wasn't expensive or anything. So I was lucky enough to get something in the Mandy Shaw sale. Now, I know I haven't mentioned anything Mandy for a little while, and I know I have got some Mandy fans that watch my channel, and I'd eyed up this kit stroke pattern before, but it was about £44, and I didn't really want to pay that. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but it's just not, you know, I wasn't prepared to pay that at the time. So when I got an email to say that this was available as a kit for £20, I absolutely jumped at the chance. And it's basically, it's the French sewing tidy. I don't know how well you can see that on there, but even if you didn't make the French sewing tidy, look at that, that's definitely £20 worth, isn't it? All those lovely goodies. So I don't know how soon that will be that I make it, but I've got it. You know, you get to see these opportunities and you just have to do it, don't you? So I was considering making something for my husband for Valentine's Day. I have bought him a few bits and they're down here, but I thought I'd bring in the cushion that I made for him last year. It's a patchwork cushion. I just basically did loads of half square triangles and put them into squares, and that made a heart out of it. I put it on wadding, I quilted it, I bound it, I did like free motion quilting on the back and put a zip in and things. But this actually goes in one of my boys' bedrooms now, because I don't think my husband was all that keen on it really. So I was thinking of making him another cushion. I did and ah, thought, well, how much is he going to like the cushion? But I had some problems with the design I wanted to do. I had some problems printing it out. I'm just wondering if I've got it to hand. And it's actually a foundation paper pieced cushion. It is another style of quilting if you're not you know, aware of it. This is like basically patchwork when you cut with rulers and you know, and rotary cutter. And foundation paper piecing is when you use a piece of paper with a design and you put your pieces on and you stitch on the line. You do still use rulers and rotary cutters, but it's a totally different style. There's some people that do this kind of patchwork that cannot stand foundation paper piecing, and then you get the people that love it. I love it. I love this style. I love the other style. I'm not a massive fan of English paper piecing, and that's the one where you wrap the fabric round paper pieces and you kind of whip stitch them together, and then you take the paper pieces out and things. That's only because I do a lot of other crafts with my hands. I do embroidery, I do crochet and knitting and things. So, and I've started an English paper piece project and I never ever finished it, and I think I would never ever start anything else unless I finished it. So that's where my English paper piecing adventure ended. So I'm going to go back to clothes making again now. So basically if you watch my last video, you'll have saw my mannequin, my lady mannequin that's basically the waist to mid-thigh, and I wanted to show you my thong, but I couldn't find it. Well, it was going through the wash, so I washed it, and now I will warn you, it might look a bit discoloured, but it's not. It's just that, well, maybe it might be because I used fabric from a maternity top. You know, maybe the white has discoloured a little bit that I made these pants out of, but because my youngest is like nearly 14, so I haven't been pregnant in a long time. But the mannequin is so white, it makes the pants look cream, but the pants are white. When I wear them, they do look white. Now the pants pattern, it's by Rebecca Page, I'll get my words out, and they're called the Basic Thong. And I think there's two heights. I think there's a higher one and a lower one. I made the lower one, and this is what they look like. This is from the front. So what I really liked about this thong, I find it quite nice to wear under leggings. You know, if you don't want a real big VPL coming out of it on the lower part of your bottom, and they're really comfortable because they're not stringy. They don't dig in. So I've been really happy with this pattern, and I think I would make it again. And this is how it sits at the back. So yeah, it's not really stringy. So as far as thongs go, it is quite comfortable. Well, I think it is anyway. So I'm really happy to show you, because before all you've seen is me holding it like this, and how well can you see it really? I have downloaded a pattern. I think I got it for free. It's been a few days now. Now oh, excuse me, that's the tin going. I'll just get it. And it's a top And basically I downloaded it as a pattern, but I found out since downloading it, it isn't a pattern. It's not a pattern in a cutout and place on your fabric and cut out. You've basically got a load of measurements and you've got to draw the pattern yourself. So I haven't done that yet, but the and it's quite nice, this pattern, because you can wear it back to front, so the tie is at the back, and you can wear it the other way with the tie at the front. But it has got a bit of a funny name. And I told my husband, he gave me a bit of a funny look, but I don't know if this designer is from overseas, and maybe this saying doesn't have the same meaning in England. I'm not going to say it, I'll let you read it. Can you see that? That is what the top is called, by Sarah Kirsten, is that? Yeah, so so maybe, I don't know if she's in Australia or something, I'm not quite sure, but I thought this looks really nice for the summertime. I know I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now, aren't I? But I think what's going to happen is I've been making so many jumpers and things, then when we get to that in between weather, I'm just going to have nothing to wear. And then I made a few dresses in the summer. I can't say I've got a full summer wardrobe I could be getting on with, so I'd like a few top-ups, but I think I'm going to hit this in between time and I'm just going to have nothing to wear. So hence I've got an Agnes top, which is a bit in between, isn't it? So, and I know this is going to be more summertime, isn't it, really? So yeah, so yes, that's a future make. I am going to look at the Wilder gown. I know that I've said to you before that I don't think it's for me, and I bought the pattern, I bought it as a kit, and then I ended up using my fabric for my lining of my coat and things, but I have still got some fabric left. I might be able to get a top out of it, I don't know. So I still don't know if this pattern is for me, but you know what, I'm just going to make one, and then, you know, I've got it out my system, and then I'll know, because I've got cut out all the pieces for the Amelia jacket. Now, I'm really sorry, in my last video I kept on calling it the Sew Over It jacket. Sew Over It, I've got many jackets, but this one is the Amelia jacket by Sew Over It, and it was in one of her magazines. It's the only magazine of hers I've bought, and it was in issue 6, and I saw another Instagrammer had made it, and I've cut out all the pieces apart from a lining. So if I haven't really got enough of that fabric to make the Wilder gown out of it, I might use that fabric as the lining. Do you know, like I used it as the lining in my big coat when I was a pattern tester for Jennifer Lauren Handmade. So that's an option. And I want to mention that I'm going to be taking part in a challenge. It's a challenge amongst, I think it's just YouTubers, I'm not sure, and it's one where you make a dress from a free pattern, or you can do or draft your own, and I'm going to be taking part in that, and I'm going to be one of the first ones going up, because I think everybody so far that's agreed to it all want the later date. So I don't know when it is now, when it's going to be, and I've kind of got a couple of ideas for dresses, and I think they want you to raid your stash. So I have bought fabric thinking ahead for summer kind of make. So I've got 2 ideas for dresses. One's like a daytime kind of dress, and one is for an evening dress, because my husband and I will have been together 20 years this year, and I really hope we can actually do something nice. So I think I'd like to make an evening dress for that occasion. So I might either do a day dress for the challenge, or I might do that for the challenge. I'm not too sure yet. So my only concern is saving the videos, because what I've been told to do is pre-record them ahead of time, and then when my date comes up, put them up. And I'm a little bit worried actually about storing videos on my phone without obviously what's happened. I don't know if I can try and do those videos and do the editing and things, and then try and see if I can get them onto my computer. I might do a bit of a test with this video actually. When I've done what I need to with this video, I might upload it to YouTube, and then the video will still be on my phone, and try seeing if I can get it on my computer and saving it there, and maybe that might help me in the future. It wouldn't have helped with my current situation. What had happened, there was just no saving it. If I couldn't save it, I couldn't get it on the computer. I have to save it as a file, then I can send it places. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with that actually. So yeah, I was feeling a bit disheartened and a bit flat, and then I was having a bit of the Monday morning blues today, and I've been having a bit of knee trouble. I was standing up on this stool and I got some ribbons from up there. It was when I got some ribbon for stabilising the shoulder of my Agnes top, and I got down and I felt a bit of a twinge, and it's kind of been twinging over the few days, but I've woke up this morning and my knee has swelled and it's really painful to touch, and I've been limping around. It's been awful actually. My husband said let's feel it, and he pressed it hard and it nearly jumped out the roof. So I am on a lot of painkillers today, but I still managed to do a little bit of sewing, and I finished off the chair for the bunnies anyway, didn't I? So yeah, so that's what's kind of happening at the moment. So following from this video, what's going to be going on in here, I'll have to like tidy up and things, because obviously I make a bit of a mess when I'm doing these videos. I'm going to have to make a card this week for my husband, and my son wants to make a Valentine card for his girlfriend. So yeah, so there's going to be a bit of card making going on, but we'll probably do that in the kitchen, and I'll probably look at tracing the wilder gown out and looking at that next as far as dressmaking goes. And yeah, so that's what's happening at the moment. So I hope you've enjoyed what I've brought you today, and I look forward to bringing you something next time. I'm really sorry that you know what's happened. You know, I had an hour's worth of footage for you, and I've really whittled it down and things, but yeah, I just don't want to risk it. I want to keep it short and sweet and get this video up and check I can actually still do these videos, because it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.